All right, what's going on YouTube? This is like kind of like one of the hot parts of the shop right now. Give you some quick shop pregame. Uh, this is not insulated. That up there has insulation and drywall. It is a lot cooler up there than it is back here. So, uh, be real considered and thoughtful when you're building your shop. Make sure you got insulation and possibly drywall, or either you can do the plywood if you don't want to do the drywall below the insulation. But definitely does make a huge difference. I probably will be spray foaming this just for simplicity, just to get something up there to help keep some of the heat out. But anyways, here we are, BMR subframe connectors. So this is actually tying into the subframe down here, and then it's going to be touching the frame rail. I've seen some that actually have another piece at the top that ties into the other subframe. So I might have to actually add this on, but I think this is like a $350, $400 piece, and it was on the scratch and dent. I don't know if it was a return or what. Probably somebody bought this for a hard top, and this is a convertible one. Oh, look at there. A little bit of a scratch there. So somebody probably bought it for a hard top and it didn't work. They had to send it back. So shout out to them for selling this half price. It's going to go great with my convertible. So I'm going to get this because you still have to grind it down. This is a weld style. So I still have to like grind this off, which is really good powder coated, to actually weld that to my frame. So get that tied in. I do have to drop my my lower control arms because that grabs at the back part of the subframe. So I'm gonna get it up under here and start looking at getting it fit in place and see what I'm gonna have to add on to this end here to tie it into the other part of the subframe. That is what's gonna be going down. And I guess once I get it fitted under there, I will see and start also looking to see how I can tie that into my cross member. Hopefully the bar drops in a manner to where I can get a triangle from my cross member going to the subframe connector to add some bracing and start to tie everything in together and get rid of all the twists. Which they're like, oh man, you just cut the car in half. Yeah, I cut it in half and had it braced in a manner to, you know, the door still closes really good. You know, a good gap there. And it still closed really good. So happy about that there. Be working on the rest of it. We got to get the rims fit on it. But like I said, it's making progress. Like I said, I'm happy with how the sports hoops came out. You know, how I got it braced down into the car, also into the cross member there. And yeah, like I said, I'm gonna see how I can brace it into the subframes. Once I brace into the subframes with the subframe connectors, I can come back, start patching the floor. Looking at some other different options too, some other stuff you're gonna start to see me work on. Transmission cooler, getting it mounted up front. I'll show you that. The gas tank, I'll be showing that process of how this isn't deep enough for my my EFI pump. So I'm gonna be adding to the bottom of this here. I'm not even gonna say I'm not really excited about it, but it's something that has to be done. You kind of gotta weld it, fill it up with water, make sure you don't have any leaks, and then pour all that out. If you do have a leak, make a mark with a marker and come back and re-weld it. So hopefully I can get it whooped in the first time. A couple of things I had whooped in the first time. Other things like radiator setup that I have to build. You end up building the build. So I might end up building a radiator, and then I have to build adapters to be able to put pressure on the radiator to test the radiator and make sure that it's not leaking. So front end setup here I worked on. So gonna be getting the trans cooler, and then also possibly down the road a water to air intercooler. Looking at that option. Looking at getting that mounted up here. So radiator also. So radiator, trans cooler, then possibly an oil cooler. Also looking into that option to try to keep, this is going to be a journal bearing turbo. So it will create a little bit more heat than the ball bearing turbo. So try to keep the oil at a good temp. This one here, I'm going to try to have it ready to drive across the world. So plenty of radiator, like I said, possible, definitely trans cooler, possibly 2 trans coolers, and then possibly an oil cooler. So that is what's going down there. Still gonna have to come back, do some wires. It's gonna be a lot of those. All those have been snipped. They're gonna end up being deleted. I'm gonna have to end up cutting that back. So all the extra wires that I don't need. A dash that I'm thinking about running will hopefully be out next month, and I'll be giving it a try. Hopefully I can get all the gauges and sensors in that one dash that I'm looking for. Looking forward to that also. So like I said, up next, gonna be looking at getting my fuel tank in, and once I have it modified, power wire, rims fit. Whew, a lot of stuff to do. Like I said, trying to wrap up this bracing. Once I wrap up this bracing, I'll be rolling it back, and I will start motor fitting. Once I start motor fitting, then I can radiator, trans, cool, all that fit also. So it's in the progress. Been working on it. A lot of AC jobs going on, but I am steadily trying to make progress on it each day. So stay tuned, and I'll keep the videos coming.